My neighbor was screaming for help outside the door, but I completely ignored it, while inside, still doing my household chores. Then a masked killer appeared, brutally, took my neighbor's life with each strike. Her body slammed against the door, but even with all this commotion, I still didn't turn around to look. The killer was really curious. He knocked on the glass with his fists a few times, but was again ignored by me. After handling the body, the killer pushed open the door and snuck in. At this moment, I was still working, completely unaware that a criminal with a weapon was standing behind me. At the critical moment, my friend's video call saved me. I am a deaf-mute girl. I can only communicate through sign language, so I didn't hear my neighbor calling for help. Now the killer made me his next target. When I was chatting with my friend, the killer took my phone, hung up the call, and it was time to feed my cat. But I searched every room and found nothing, because I cannot make sounds with my mouth. I had to leave the door open for my cat, hoping it would come home after playing. After doing this, I picked up my laptop to continue working, but soon a message popped up on my screen, which made me realize something was wrong. The sender was actually my own phone. I clicked on it and saw several secretly taken photos of me. I was completely terrified, and immediately looked toward the front door, only to find the killer holding my phone, looking at me with a smug expression. Fortunately, I reacted quickly enough, rushed forward and locked the door tightly. This prevented the tragedy from happening. Seeing this, the killer was not panicked. Instead, he took his crossbow to find another entrance because my phone was not with me. I could only try to contact the police through my computer, but the killer seemed to have anticipated this too. He first got to the house's electrical box and destroyed it, making my rescue plan instantly collapse. Then he used a knife to make a mark on the glass, as if telling me, "You are going to die tonight." Even worse, the killer punctured my car tires one by one right in front of me, wanting to trap me completely in this house. I had no choice but to try to communicate with him. I took out lipstick from my bag, wrote a few lines on the glass, then used my flashlight successfully, lured the killer over. What I wrote on the glass meant that I didn't see your face if you are willing to leave. I promise not to tell anyone about tonight. Who knew after reading it the killer would suddenly stand up, then remove his mask in front of me? Obviously, since the killer dared to show his face, it meant he absolutely would not let me go tonight. The killer of course would not rush in. He wanted to wait, let my psychological defenses gradually collapse. That would add some fun to this game. I certainly would not sit here waiting to die. I found 2 weapons for self-defense from the kitchen, a small knife and hammer, then retreated to a bedroom blocking the only door as long as I guarded the window. Could last until dawn unexpectedly. The killer again predicted my prediction. He used my neighbor's body like a puppet, continuously knocking on the glass as if he was telling me, "This will also be your fate." Just when I was about to break down, I suddenly remembered my neighbor always kept her phone in her pants pocket. My neighbor's body was right by the window. If I could distract the killer, I still had a chance to call the police. I quietly took out my car keys from my bag, pressed the alarm button. The plan went smoothly. The killer, hearing the noise, quickly walked toward the car. I seized the opportunity, went around to the back, trying to get my neighbor's phone to call the police. But this scene was still discovered by the returning killer. Then we both had a tug of war. But how could I match the killer's strength just as the window was about to open? I was desperate.